Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Whiteville, North Carolina, visiting Vann, Underwood, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and I'm checking out a 2021 Dodge Durango Pursuit model. This Durango is sitting on 255/60 Firestone Firehawk Pursuit tires wrapped around 18-inch steel wheels with a gloss black finish and chrome center caps. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated rotors on all four wheels. This vehicle is a demo sent out from Dodge for police departments to check out and drive and see if they want to upgrade their equipment. So it does have a bunch of stuff on it. So there's a lot of optional equipment that's already on this vehicle, like the light bar, the spotlights, and different graphics specifically intended for a demo vehicle. So this is just a regular white color, nothing special about it. And then you can see the grille kind of plain here at the bottom, and this is a matte black. Some wheel well ventilation here, and a typical Durango grille with the Dodge emblem there, and then the gloss black here as well. And I have the four-way flashers on. You can see that it's actually flashing what would normally be the daytime running lights, so alternating flashing along with the strobe lights there at the top on the light bar. The profile, what gives it away besides the graphics, the light bar, that is a police vehicle, and these spotlights as well. But the wheels are very distinct and different than the typical Durango that you can buy at any dealership. So this makes it a much different looking vehicle. The key is basically the same type of key that you find on the regular Durango. It does have the full proximity system physical key on the inside, and you can touch the handle here, unlocks it, push the button to lock it, that kind of thing. Here in the front. Now the back doors, when you lock and unlock the doors, it unlocks the back doors as well from the outside, but there's no handle there on the inside to open it. Now if you want to manually lock this door separate, there is a manual lock here. You can push that and it'll lock the door. Now, but when you push the unlock button again, it will pop that back out and allow access to the back doors, only on the outside though. The inside of the passenger side door, just basically the same thing as a regular Durango. Soft touch up here and hard touch at the bottom. No big surprises, but you can see it's not a lot of fanciness to it. It's more on the plain level, but it's still nice. Manually adjusted seat here on the passenger side. Now you'll notice that the contours of the seat kind of like dip in. So instead of just coming out and coming all the way down here to meeting the seat belt, it has this extra room here and here on the outside to accommodate for duty belts and stuff. And it has like a plastic vinyl floorboard. You can snap in a floor mat here if you like on top of this area. And then there is a lockable glove compartment, and it's just basically like a normal one. And then there's a 12-volt power supply over here. You can see right here. And it does turn on and off with the key. Soft touch, non-reflective dash. The dome light's quite a bit different, and I'll show you that when we get inside, how it works and what it does. Just like the front doors, the back doors swing out nice and wide, and there's plenty of space to get in and out of the front door and the back door. Also, it's a nice height off the ground, so it's easy to get in and out. A little bit easier for me anyway than the Charger. So here's the inside of the back door. You notice there's no handle. There's a power window button that doesn't do anything. And soft touch surfaces here on the top, and then hard touch at the bottom. Now these are vinyl seats here in the back. And it does have an armrest there in the center, and a center seat belt, unlike the Charger, and the cup holders back here as well. This is basically the standard seats. They're just wrapped in a vinyl material instead of cloth. It has net pockets, bag holders. The back of the center console is basically just a flat panel, and there's that plastic floorboard, and it does have the latch system for car seats as well. You can see the center part is a little bit different. So you have that dome in the front, and you have the center light there in the middle, and then another dome light there in the back. This is normally where, like, say, rear climate controls would be. It does have rear climate controls, but they have to be controlled in the front and not in that area right there. These seats do fold down. It's a 60-40 split fashion, but there's no third row seat. Taking a look at the back here, it does have a flat black shark fin antenna here, a spoiler across the back that has the third brake light, LED third brake light there in it, integrated. There's also a rear wiper with a rear wiper washer. Backup camera is integrated well here in the center position. It has a physical lock to open up the lock and unlock this manually if you need to. There's parking sensors across the back. There's also a capability of a tow hitch, and there's a single rear exhaust here. So it's not super noticeable, but it is there. And LED taillights. So you notice there's no strobes here per se. It's just this flashing. I have the four-way flashes on here. So the strobes are there on the top. This one does not have any here at the back specifically. So you can open up this back with this button, unlike the Charger, which is disabled. And it has some illumination there. And no third row seat, so it has more cargo capacity. It has these large bins here on the sides, here and here. A little bin there on the left. Have the ability to tie down things. There's a 12-volt power supply that turns off on and off the ignition. Bag holders here. This is pretty typical. There's some underfloor storage here. And this is where you access the spare tire by lowering it underneath this mat. There's a bolt basically that you turn and unscrew the spare tire and lower it on the ground, and the tools are behind this cover. Here, where the seats would normally be, there's additional space that you can put stuff, and then there's some special wiring and stuff here as well. There on the right side. And of course you can fold these seats down just like a Durango, a regular Durango, and add to your cargo space when needed. The fuel door is here on the driver's side, and it's basically the same as the other Durangos where it's capless. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. And there's the pedals there. Lots of legroom, you can see. And there's a footrest there on the left side and a foot actuated parking brake. Let's take a look under the hood. Latch a little bit to the right of center. Just move it to the left and lift it up. It holds itself up. And it has the V6 8-speed transmission. This one has the big cover over the engine, so it pretty much looks like a regular Durango under the hood. The inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. Now the front two are powered, automatic, one touch, up and down. They also have laminated glass here in the front. The rear windows do also roll down, unlike the Charger. So you can roll them down to there or up. Now you can have them to where the rear doors are disabled. So that's something that, you know, depending on your needs, you could, you know, make it to where the back doors are disabled and you have to manually lock and unlock them, that kind of thing. But as far as, like, you know, moving personnel or whatever, that's the way it's set up now. Door lock controls, side mirrors are adjusted there. It's pretty typical. Power seat for the driver's side, and it has the ability to tilt, go up and down. It's very articulate. Tilt the back, and a four-way lumbar adjustment as well. These are cloth seats. Back seats are they're the vinyl, and once again on the driver's side it does have it dished out a little bit here, so a little bit more room for things on your belt. To the left of the steering column, it does have the headlight switch, automatic on, parking and off, dimmer switch for the interior gauges, and a tilt and a telescoping steering column with the ambidextrous lever there that you can lock it in place. The way these spotlights work is that you turn it this way to make it go up and down, and then you turn the actual handle to aim it left or right. So we can tilt it like this, and then we can aim it like this. And we turn it on or off with this little switch here. So we turn it on, and then now you can see what it looks like, kind of bright LEDs. Now we can aim it pretty much any direction. So maybe you can see where it's on that building a little bit. It's during the day, so might be able to see a little bit of the reflections. Now I'm sitting in the driver's seat, and I have the seat all the way down and all the way back. And to show you the potential legroom here, which is a lot here on the Durango typically, but actually has a little bit more room because of the way these seats are contoured. There's more room here around the waist area, and there's a pretty decent amount of room as far as next to me here, and here on the right side is a little bit less. Let me go ahead and turn the brightness up. So you can see, although the seat is contoured away from where your waist would be, there is this right here that's in the way. But really, there's a decent amount of room there. It's definitely better that with the way these seats contour adds a little bit of more space. The steering wheel is pretty typical as far as a normal Durango steering wheel. Nothing really special about it in this particular case. Cruise controls there on the right side. You have the Bluetooth controls here, voice recognition. This controls the screen between the gauges. These are blank, but on the Charger you can add auxiliary switches here. Maybe you can do that in this particular case. And it does have the volume knobs there and tunes to the stations on the back. So if you're not familiar, it's designed to be on the back of the steering wheel, and you can use your fingers to adjust it very easily. Now, windshield wiper controls are there on the left side. But here on the right side, it has what looks like and operates kind of like a column shifter, but it's actually attached right here, and so you can pull it down and put it in gear. So with the Pursuit vehicles, they have what's called secure park, and so right now, if I try to put the vehicle in gear, it's not gonna let me. It says secure park is active because I left the vehicle with the key and then I came back, and now since I did that, I have to push the start button again. Now that it senses the key, now the secure park is off and the vehicle is restarted, and I can go ahead and drive the vehicle. Now this is the shifter, and when I put it in reverse, two things will happen. The backup camera will pop up here. Also, the parking sensors are now active. And the backup camera also has active guidelines as well. So there's neutral and then drive down here, and you do have the ability to reduce gear ratios and change the gear ratios here as well. Alright, so the screen and the gauges there has the typical information in it, similar to what you'd find in any Durango, basically. All the temperatures and pressures are found here. There's quite a bit of information in here, but it's just basically like the regular Durango. So you can have the digital speedometer or a regular speedometer. And the touchscreen is basically the same as well. It has the Uconnect system. Now this one is a little bit more, has a pretty good amount of features. Has the radio, climate control with automatic function, the controls here where you can look at the backup camera without putting it in reverse. There's a shortcut to the settings. All the apps are right here, so you can choose the ones you want down here. So if you want this backup camera icon down here, you can do that, kind of replace them. See, now you have that access to that. So these are the different options you can have. And then you can go into your settings here. You saw the shortcut in this screen. It's basically just the same thing, goes to there. You can set it up the way you want. And there's the radio on this side. You can have them pretty much wherever you want. So if we want to put that over here, we can do that. That kind of bumps it over. Alright, and so your volume knob, tune through the stations, mute the radio, turn the screen off is all down here. So here's the climate control, and driver and passenger can adjust the temperature separately, but the back is basically dependent on the front. So there's not a separate screen for that particular setting in the back. It's just all connected. And so where you want the air to blow, recirculate the air, front and rear defrosters is all in this area, and does have an automatic function as well. Here's some auxiliary switches here on the left side, and then on the right side is the parking sensors off. This has the feature where it turns off the engine when you come to a complete stop. You can turn that feature off. I would, when I get in the vehicle, do that immediately. And then traction control, if you need to spin tires for whatever reason, you're stuck or whatever, you can turn the traction control off here. And then the eco off buttons. Four-way flashes are here as well. So there's two USB inputs, auxiliary input, and USB-C inputs as well. Two 12-volt power supplies. And this is a metal, like cage type center console. And it has this is the light controls here and the sirens. So you can go in here and adjust put whatever light pattern you want. There's different patterns. And there's different colors here, so if you want to illuminate the vehicle just with a very bright light all the way around, you can put it on scene. Cruise is more like the blue, flashing blue and red lights, that kind of thing. There's also directional arrows in which you can go, say, left, divert traffic left or right around you, or around you both ways, that kind of thing. Now it does have the horn, and then a siren, and then a PA system in which you can, talk to somebody. Testing 1, 2, which is pretty cool. And there's different panels here, so you can add different things, and it's a modular system. There's even cup holders here in which you can have. Now there's this armrest, and this flips up out of the way, and you can put it anywhere on this bar right here. It's just a bolt. You can bolt it down in any orientation this way to accommodate for whatever you got going on in the center. And this is kind of tilted down, which is a nice comfortable position. And it is a kind of rubbery, very soft material, which is nice. Auto dim rear view mirror, you can turn that feature off here. Has a place to put some shades, lights. This is all pretty typical stuff on a Durango. So the visors are cloth. They have a mirror but no lights. They extend out. They have a little clip here on this side. Now here's the dome light. The dome light has a red and white feature, depending on your needs, and it's a nice soft glowing light on the inside of the vehicle. And it has basically another one in the far back there. Now let's look at the visibility here in the back. Looking at the visibility, it's basically just like any other Durango. You know, it depends on what you got going on back there, but visibility's nice. Lots of windows to look out of. It does have the blind spot detection system, rear cross traffic alert. It also has a park mode in which, when you put it in, when you're sitting there like this, you can, if somebody's like creeping up behind you, then it uses that system, the blind spot detection and rear cross traffic alert system, to turn on if somebody starts creeping up behind you, the backup camera. It rolls up the windows and it locks the doors, so that way it makes it less likely that somebody can sneak up on you. You know, it kind of gives you a little bit of an alert there. But anyways, that's my understanding. I haven't tested that system, so I don't, that's what I read about these vehicles. But pretty cool. So thank you for watching, and thank you to Vann Underwood Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Whiteville, North Carolina, for providing access to the vehicle, and I'll see you guys next time.